Ciudad Colonial here in Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic.
In this video, I'm heading to the Dominican Republic. I explore Santo Domingo, uncovering spots most tourists miss, and relax at a Caribbean resort. Then it's off to Miami. See what the Caribbean and South Florida have to offer and why you should visit. Let's get into it.
This is my first time ever in my life seeing coconut trees. Look at these coconut trees right here. Let's go. Here in Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Here's another mango tree and all these trees. Woo, let's go.
I'm here on a mission trip I was blessed to be a part of, working with an organization that serves high school students. For privacy reasons, you won't see mission footage. Faces are blurred, but I'll share our travels and the places we explored along the way.
Alright, I got this gift from our friends here in the Dominican Republic. Alright friends, here is the Caribbean Sea here in the Dominican Republic. So here we go, driving past some mango trees. Look how the sea is roaring today. Driving in Santo Domingo.
This is the Dominican Republic's capital city.
Now the Caribbean Sea has turned really blue.
So where are we going? Let's find out.
Caribbean Sea with these guys. Look at these guys right here. Woo! We're at the beach.
This place is pronounced Guayacanes. It is a beach town.
Alright friends, check this out. Here's the beach here in Guayacanes. Check this out, y'all. At the beach. What's up? Alright friends, check this out. Pretty deep, huh?
We tried swimming here, but the Caribbean often gets heavy sargassum, seaweed that piles up, smells bad, and can irritate your eyes and breathing. Since this beach hadn't been cleaned, we couldn't enjoy it that day. If you're visiting the Caribbean, make sure your resort actively clears sargassum.
La plaza de Malecón. The bus.
Malecón is the Spanish word for pier. The Santo Domingo Malecón is a scenic waterfront boulevard along the Caribbean Sea, lined with hotels, monuments, and palm trees. It's perfect for ocean views, evening strolls, and enjoying the lively atmosphere of the city by the water. Speaking of the sea, by the way,
The Caribbean Sea here in Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic.
yeah, I say that a lot. I didn't film this for YouTube originally. Santo Domingo locals head to the Malecón to walk, socialize, and enjoy the sea breeze.
This is a neighborhood in Bajos de Haina. These are buses, but in the Dominican Republic, they call them wawas. So that's the Spanish word for bus in Dominican Spanish. Normally the word is autobus, but they don't say autobus here, they say wawa.
Let's hop on the Wawa and explore parts of Santo Domingo that most tourists don't get to see.
Alright, here is the first sights of mountains here on the island of Hispaniola here in the Dominican Republic. So those are some of the highest mountains here in the Caribbean right here. So yep, right there is what you see, mountains here in Hispaniola. It's pretty neat driving here in the countryside of the Dominican Republic.
Los Alcarrizos is a suburb of Santo Domingo with bustling streets and local charm.
Yeah. Check how impressive this driving is.
See that?
It's like nothing to them. I love it. Yeah, that's... Yeah, see? That is quite normal.
Okay, quería para ir a una sala de prueba.
This is not here. Look at this. Going through this village here. I don't know exactly where we're at. We're outside the capital, I can tell you that right now. I gotta be careful here. Wow, look at that. You can see a little bit of Hispaniola right there. Woo, nice.
Plaza de la Bandera honors the nation's heroes, featuring a giant flag, monuments, and a spacious public area. Juan Pablo Duarte, a founding father of this country, Plaza de la Bandera is a must-see.
Very nice.
Guys, this might look like an American food mall, but it's not. This is a food court in a Dominican mall.
Alright friends, here's a Starbucks in the Dominican Republic. You can tell because of the Spanish menu. Yep, for all my friends back home, they do have them here. Here's a Starbucks, the second one in the Dominican Republic. Everything's in Spanish. Let's go.
Santo Domingo gets lively at night, so be careful when going out. Things can get a bit wild after dark.
This is the first time ever in a Caribbean resort. This is called Coral Costa Caribe here in Guayacanes in the Dominican Republic. Look at this. This is so cool. And this is like it's touristy. It's kind of like Punta Cana.
Woo! Here we are at the resort. Look at it. Alright friends, I am in the Caribbean Sea. And so, let me show you. There's that. Boom. Here's the water right here. Yes sir. And look around me here. Woo! It feels good. Pretty neat, huh? Alright friends, check this out. The Caribbean Sea here in Guayacanes. Pretty neat, huh? Let's go. Look at this. This is so gorgeous. Woo! Let's go. Woo! Alright friends, check this out. The Caribbean Sea here in Guayacanes in the Dominican Republic on the southern end of the island. Pretty neat, huh? This is the life right here in the Caribbean. Really, really nice. I'm gonna go get some lunch here. Woo!
Yeah, this all-inclusive resort is a whole experience. Unlimited food, and it's amazing.
Let me show you the resort real quick. We got here, she's on the team, and so showing you a little bit of like the area. So that was the little dining area right here where you can get buffets. So this is an all-inclusive resort. Lady over there tried to get me to get lobster earlier. Nope, I'm not paying $45 for that.
Dominican resorts are all about sun, sand, and relaxation. They offer activities, great food, and stunning ocean views. Whether you want to lounge by the pool, try local cuisine, or enjoy water sports, these resorts have it all. This one in Juan Dolio is a hidden gem. Most visitors go to Punta Cana, but amazing resorts are all over the country.
Alright y'all, here's the pool, the resort here. You can see that.
We are off to our next spot. I think you'll love it.
Look at this, la Ciudad Colonial here in Santo Domingo.
Y'all, this is truly iconic.
This is the palace that belonged to Christopher Columbus's son.
I didn't get much footage of the historical sites, but Ciudad Colonial is a must-see in the Dominican Republic. It's the oldest part of Santo Domingo, full of cobblestone streets, colorful colonial buildings, and historic landmarks. It's a perfect mix of culture, history, and charm you won't want to miss.
Alright, here we are. This is the touristy part of the Ciudad Colonial here in Santo Domingo and República Dominicana. Alright friends, check this out. Look at this. Spin around here. Oh, it looks like your typical Spanish architecture, European, Caribbean type of architecture. We're still walking here in this shopping district here in Santo Domingo in la Ciudad Colonial. Ciudad Colonial.
Toca, toca.
Seeing street performers in Parque Colón was so cool. It really shows Dominican culture. While filming, a student's name was called, so you'll hear a cat meow instead to keep their identity private.
On the table. Alright friends, check this out. That is the oldest church in the Americas. I just learned this was the very first church ever built in the Americas. So, in the New World. So this is very, very old. Going towards our dining arrangements for tonight to celebrate the week. Check out this restaurant. It's called Adrian Tropical in Santo Domingo here in the Dominican Republic. Look at this view.
I really enjoyed my time in the Dominican Republic, both the mission work and the sightseeing, visiting historic sites, relaxing on the beaches, and exploring a new country made it unforgettable. If you haven't been, you should definitely go. There's beautiful spots along the coast and inland. Please share in the comments if you've been to the DR. On the way home, I had a layover in a US city I've never visited. Let's go there.
Miami, Florida. This is my first time here. It's Traveling Roberts City.
Now approaching Santa Clara.
Look at that. Big skyline. Alrighty, I am in Brickell here in Miami. It is hot. So here is the First Presbyterian Church here in Miami, Florida. The one Traveling Robert always talks about in his videos whenever he's doing reviews of Brickell here. It's just really, really nice. Here's the Miami River here in the Magic City. Wow, look at this. There's the little Stonehenge thing that Traveling Robert talks about all the time. Yeah, this is Brickell, right here in the heart of downtown Miami. Woo, looks good. This is, look at all those yachts down there. And these are very expensive condos. There's a cruise terminal, Miami Beach over there. And so, I'm going there later. Look at this part of Miami right here. Very tall buildings. Very nice palm trees. Alright, I'm at Bayfront Park here in Miami, Florida. It is hot.
but I got used to the heat from the DR.
Alright, more of Bayfront Park here in Miami, Florida, right here.
Look at all these palm trees. Right here in the midst of the
Miami skyline.
very beautiful. And there's a Ferris wheel right there. This is a really nice place. This is where a lot of Cuban bands will play from time to time.
Alright, here's a better view of Brickell Key here in Miami, Florida. There's a weird statue, but this is Brickell Key here in Miami, Florida. Looks beautiful. You can actually see South Beach from there, from here. Little yacht.
Yeah, this is really nice.
I only had 36 hours in Miami, so I couldn't see everything the city offers. Drop a comment if you've been to Miami. Before hitting the beach, here's a quick look back at a previous Miami visit, but it's not what you might think it is. Watch this.
You know how we went to a place called Miami?
Alrighty, we are driving in a city which is named after a place in Florida. What is it? How do you pronounce it?
Beach.
We're looking for the beach.
In Miami.
In Miami, here in Miami, Oklahoma, they pronounce it Miami. We're gonna verify that here at Brahms at this
At
event.
Brahms, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's good at Brahms?
Yeah, it's near the beach, right?
Yeah.
Like I think I see the beach down that way.
And you wanted seafood?
Alright, y'all. So we got our Brahms here in Miami, and it smells like seafood right now, so that means we're really close to the beach, right?
Yes.
Are we close to the beach? We're about to soak up the sun. Yeah, Brahms in Miami. In Miami, here at the beach. Look at this. This is the real Miami. The real deal. This ain't no Oklahoma, Miami. This is the real Miami right here. And so, this is beautiful. Now I can actually get some seafood.
Y'all, we were just joking. No offense to anyone in Miami, Oklahoma. It's fun seeing a city with the same name as Florida's Miami. Oklahoma is beautiful, and there's even a Miami in Arizona. Now, let's head to the beach.
Alright friends, I am in Miami Beach, Florida. I'm getting ready to approach the Atlantic Ocean. I have not seen the Atlantic since actually last November. Actually, I saw it, but it was in New York and it was cold. Look how gorgeous this area is. Very, very gorgeous.
Alright, my friends, here's the Atlantic Ocean. Look at this. It's so gorgeous.
Miami Beach is iconic for its white sands, clear waters, and lively atmosphere. Perfect for sun and fun.
Alright friends, I'm going into the Atlantic Ocean here. So, let's see how warm these waters are.
The Pacific was cold, the Caribbean was warm.
Let's try this guy. The waves aren't as violent. Ooh, this feels good.
Check this out friends, the Atlantic Ocean right here. Right in the middle of it. It's fresh, it feels good. Feels really nice to be in this after a really hot day here in Miami. So, it feels so good.
The Atlantic, it's blue.
Alrighty, here is the Miami Beach that everyone knows about, the Art Deco buildings.
Yep, this is the South Beach.
Yes, this is so gorgeous here in Miami Beach, Florida.
Alright friends, check this out. South Beach, here in the Miami metropolitan area. Hopefully I got an angle right.
My phone's microphone was acting up here, but I was saying I wasn't far from the ocean and really enjoyed strolling down Ocean Drive. You should definitely visit South Beach. It's a bit pricey, but worth it for the food, activities, and of course, the beach.
Pretty neat, huh?
Visiting Little Havana was fun. I didn't get much footage, but the area is full of Hispanic culture. murals, restaurants, and more. Definitely worth a visit if you want to experience Miami's cultural heart. I had to stop here before my flight home. The Dominican Republic and Miami were both amazing to visit. From the stunning beaches and vibrant culture in the DR to unique experiences and must-see spots in Miami, these destinations should definitely be on your travel list. Share in the comments if you've been. In the next video, we explore the Lone Star State. From Dallas to Houston to San Antonio and all in between, it is packed with food, experiences, and more. After all, everything's bigger in Texas. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everyone who has subscribed. Liking the video helps the channel grow and keeps me creating more content for you. By subscribing, you'll get notified whenever I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this inspires you to explore more, see new places, and enjoy life.
My name is Joey with Jomo Travels. Have a great day, be kind to one another, and God bless.